over 3,000 years, silk has been used by human beings to weave exotic cloth. The cocoons have been used, and different methods have been used to extract the thread out of which exotic cloths have been woven and dresses made since generations. However, there is a company called Fibroheal, which has discovered another use for silk, to heal wounds. Mr. Vivek Mishra, the CEO, founder, and director of Fibroheal, has discovered innovative methods and products to heal multiple kinds of wounds, including burns. Vivek Mishra, welcome to the special series of KYE talks with the Bioentrepreneurs of the BBC.
Thank you very much. Thank you for bringing me to this platform.
What made you think or incentivized you or motivated you to even think that silk could be used in healing?
Well, it's a long journey, and I was part of Tata Chemicals when I used to visit various villages and parts of the countries. And that's when we realized that silk had great potential. And while the journey was going on, I met a gentleman named Mr. Bharat Tandon, who built a company in animal health space, moved on, and he was also thinking to start something in the area of this. And our interest aligned, and we joined hands together, and that's how Fibroheal came into picture. We worked together on various projects, things, and in 2017 we formed our company that is called Fibroheal Wound Care Private Limited, a specialized and comprehensive wound care company addressing to different stages of wounds.
Interesting. All the more so because I know that you have spent a lot of time during your school days in Arunachal Pradesh.
Right.
From there you have moved to Berhampur and Orissa, and then your journey carried on to Bangalore, where you have become an entrepreneur. What can you tell us about this?
Well, I think each of these places has played a significant role in my overall development so far, and they have honed my skills, thought process, lifestyle significantly, because in Arunachal, it's a green and natural, beautiful place. However, resources are constrained because of various environmental reasons, more rains and cold and roadblocks and all other kind of things. In Orissa, when I was studying pharmacy, I got a chance to learn various things, various nuances of small businesses, particularly related to shrimps or related to fish-related matters. There is a lot of packaging business in and around Berhampur. And when you come to Bangalore, suddenly everything changes because, as rightly said, it's the Silicon Valley of India. And when I moved to Bangalore in 2010, I got a chance to work with a startup called SimplyLearn, who was in edutech space. And I think that's where this bug of startup bite me, and I was keen that someday or the other, I will get involved into this startup ecosystem, and that's what has led to where we are today.
But although you have been in Arunachal and in Orissa, you are originally from the UP,
right.
Uttar Pradesh.
Right.
So I would be right if I said that you've covered almost one entire half of the country.
Yeah, I mean, you can say so. And moreover, during my early years of my career, I was fortunate enough to get a chance to visit various places, whether in my previous stints in sales, in product management, in product development, and various other roles. And moreover, my last stint with Tata Chemicals, where I was in their seed business, I got a chance to explore the rural part of India, various villages, which give you a sense of, connect with what's happening, what is the real world. You see, when you are in a big city, you have got all the comforts, but at a rural place, even for a small thing, there are a lot of challenges. And I think that was also one of the reasons why we wanted to make an impact. And wound healing was one such area which we felt that a lot can be done in that area. It's a neglected field. Although there's a huge problem or huge demand to create a comprehensive wound care solution, but there was no one. Mostly the people used to import the product or market it, and there was no any specified products which was addressing to different types of wounds. I think all this experiences, journeys, travels, some way or the other has linked to starting the journey of Fibroheal.
You said you were working earlier with Tata Chemicals.
Right.
I'm sure that it would have been quite a jump from leaving a comfortable, secure job environment to jumping into an entrepreneurial stint where things are a little more risky and you don't know what certainty the future can hold?
Yes, definitely what you mentioned is true. There is a lot of risk involved in startup ecosystem, but again, there will be a fire and which will be guiding you. Okay, this is what you have to do, this is what you have to do, or I want to make an impact. Everyone makes a living, whether humans or animals, but what differentiates is how you are making that living. So generally, when I started up, as you rightly indicated, there was no clear path. I was not sure what will happen. A lot of my friends, families, well-wishers, they wished me that we'll help you out with a job, go back into corporate world. But somehow there were many challenges, failures, but I don't know it was some divine force or what it was, but it kept me driving, pushing me forward, and now we can see that we have a clear path, clear roadmap which exists, and we will be able to be a comprehensive wound care, wound closure company, making a lot of impact in the coming time.
Why Bangalore Bioinnovation Center?
Well, quite interesting. The infrastructure of Bangalore Bioinnovation Center is quite developed and matured. Moreover, the response time is much quicker. Although there is one demerit also, they are quite far away from where my startup is based, and the typical Bangalore traffic. But overall, people are nice, the infrastructure is good, and moreover, whenever our team wants any help, whether related to any analytical test, related to any connects, related to any help, BBC guys are quite prompt, and they are available for us. So that is something which you need a lot in as a startup.
One of the basic components of any new venture is funding. How have you been funded? What have your sources been? Would you like to elaborate on that?
Sure. So initially, ours was a bootstrapped company where I mentioned me and Bharat and we started. We poured the money and the journey started. So even Mr. Bharat Tandon was first investor as well as you can say mentor to me, although from being a co-founder. So he played a multiple role. He has built a business of scale. So we started the journey. We had one product called Fibroheal seed, which was suitable for burns. And during the process, we learned that rather burns, it was more suitable on donor sites. So that was one product with which we started. And we had a R&D center. And when you have a R&D center, you have it's a cash guzzler. It will burn the money in no time. We got support from various government institutes like BioTech, Department of IT, BT and ST, Government of Karnataka, and there were a lot of funds as well as goodwill benefits which were passed on. For example, Bangalore Bioinnovation Center, they gave us a lot of this analytical, a place to do our analytical things at a very, very competitive price. So it's a big help for us. Secondly, first we bootstrapped. Then in the year 2018, we onboarded. It's very important to bring the right people from the industry who are the veterans who have built something. So we were lucky enough to rope in the ex-founder of a sutures company called Sutures India, which was second largest suture manufacturing and marketing company with worldwide sales. His name is Mr. S. Subramaniam. So Mr. Subramaniam brought rich experience in the area of hospital healthcare business, wound closure, and having built a company from scratch, it also opened a lot of gates and connects. So he invested through his family fund called Telma Investment. And that's how the journey began. Then we created state-of-art facility. And in the process, we got investment from CCAMP, Center for Cellular and Molecular Platforms, under their LEAP program of PIREC. So they become, you can say, first institutional incubated investor or whatever. And post which, recently, in September, we have raised from Karnataka IT Venture Fund, venture fund arm of Karnataka government. And we have also generated sales, and this product sales, this money has again flowed back in the company. So that's how we have been sustaining it. And the journey has been fabulous so far, challenging, but with a lot of learnings.
In this, the different products that you make, you have told me in conversation that you make sheet, mesh, foam, powder, etc. for different kinds of wounds. What is the advantage of Fibroheal? What of Fibroheal products is large compared to the other products that are already in the market? Why would why would a funder come to you? What are the reasons that you pay out?
Yeah, very important question. Now coming to Fibroheal background itself. If you see Fibroheal uses silk. So normally I will go back to the background. For a silk, when the worm is there, they put it in boiling water. The thread comes out, then they reel it and weave saris and garments. For us, we allow worm inside the cocoon to emerge as moth or butterfly, and then they break the cocoon. That cocoon is our starting material. So there are two proteins in that cocoon. One is called sericin, the other is called fibroin. We use fibroin to heal wounds. That's why the brand name and it's also called as Fibroheal. Now there are different forms. We have sheet, we have mesh, we have foam, we have powder, we have particles, we have an adhesive range, and different types of products. Now, as a company, if you see in wound management space particularly, the philosophy followed is one size fits all. You have one type of dressing and you try to fit in every type of wounds. Every wound is different. If it's burns, it's different wound. If it's venous ulcer, it's different. If it is arterial ulcer, it is different. If it is bed sore, it is different. Gangrene, different. So suture site, surgical site, everything is different, and you can't fit one product at all this side. So we have created a comprehensive range of products which addresses to different stages of wounds. I will further dig into the different stages of wounds. You have something called as tissue management, infection and inflammation, moisture management, epithelialization, and scar. So we as a company are focusing on bringing products which can address to all these stages of wounds, which is not there presently in any of the companies, number one. Number two, silk has economic multiplier effect. Because if you see, it fits very well with the line of Atmanirbhar Bharat and using local and taking it global. So it fits very well because India is second largest producer of silk. Almost 33,000 metric ton of silk is produced in India. And we are based in Karnataka. So there is abundant amount of raw material or silk which is available. We process it. We take out the fibroin protein, and then we develop various different types of products for different types of wound in our ISO 13485 compliant plant, which is, you can say, good GMP for medical devices. So there is a detailed set of things which happens, and probably I think we have done few things right, and that has led to the growth or development whatever we have seen in last few years.
In your journey so far, can you address or explain about some of the hurdles or obstacles that you have incurred?
I tend to forget these things, but not forget the lessons what they teach you. Raising fund was a challenge, I agree, but that is not the biggest challenge what you face. The biggest challenge what you face is having people's buying in your vision. That something what we are creating is something worth it. And that lot depends on the conviction and gut of the founders. That people need to buy in the vision of the founder that yes, this is something worthwhile. This is something which can make an impact, can disrupt things, and can bring a lot of changes in the society, and in the process create wealth. So we were lucky enough to find good people. Apart from that, once you have a team of 4, 5, 6 people, managing different personality of all these guys, personal egos, bringing everyone together and working in different function with one goal. Those things were some of the biggest challenges because you don't have a specialized HR system, conflict management system, and different types of system in place. So you have to, put that DNA of common goal and ensuring that everyone works towards one vision. So that was some of the challenges. Apart from that, regulatory approvals are sometimes challenging, particularly in the business which we are in, medical devices and others. However, we were fortunate enough that being a Startup India company approved under Startup India and by Interministerial Board, we got a lot of support from the Drug Control General of India and various other bodies, including financial help and support from Department of Biotechnology, BIREC, CCAMP, ITBT, Technology Development Board, Department of Science and Technology. So all these things helped us. But the hurdles wise, some of the major challenges are finding the right people, managing the right people and aligning them to common goal, ensuring that we all, because everyone won't be working at the same pace. So
true.
Bringing everyone together and taking it towards the common goal. These are some of the things which I felt, were challenging, but we were able to overcome that.
Where would you say your line of growth is? How would you place yourself in 5 years?
we have grown significantly in last 3 years. Coming 5 years, frankly speaking, I haven't thought through. But I see Fibroheal as a comprehensive wound care company addressing to all the stages of wounds, number one. Secondly, we will have a decent market size in wound management market, and we will be one of the most respected and science and research driven company in front of our surgeons or the fraternity who is using our products. So Fibroheal will denote a name name which will be synonymous to innovation, trust, and quality.
From a doctor's perspective, why should he or she use your products?
Right. Very important question. Now, for a surgeon, the most important thing is patient, number one. Second most important thing is, will the patient will be able to afford it? And third is, whether the product or the solution is easily accessible. And we tick all the 3 boxes, because we are using a resource which is native from Karnataka or native from the country. Since we are able to process it, we have a strong own R&D center, and we have our own manufacturing plant. We are able to keep the prices competitive, and we are able to send the products to the market which are very recent, because most of the products which are currently sold are being imported. So from the date of manufacturing till it reaches the patient, generally 1 year is wasted. But we are able to send fresh products to the market, and we have the capability to scale up based on the increased demand. If the demand is increased suddenly, we can run batches, we can put other lines, because we have everything set up at our own place. So all these things, I think it helps us significantly.
As a gentleman who has traveled from Uttar Pradesh to Arunachal, through Orissa, to Karnataka, and here to Bangalore at the Bioinnovation Center, how has this venture changed you? How has this groomed you as a person?
Well, I think it has made me more, person who has become more calm. I think about the Fibroheal family first before thinking about anything. When I take a decision, it is no longer impulsive, what it used to be 7-8 years back as a youngster in early 20s. Now I have to think of that one decision will impact 30-40 people who are linked with us. So how it is going to impact. Moreover, I have also understood various nuances of business. Earlier, we used to think that this is my concept, this is innovation, and this is going to create an impact. Now we realize that this innovation, I may be thinking that this will impact the whole world, but ultimately the whole world also need to think that yes, this is a solution which will impact the world. Because generally people are always biased about their children, thinking that they are the best. But ultimately, the child has to prove. Similarly, my product, my concept, my innovation need to prove, fight it out in the marketplace, which gives a level playing field to everyone in the marketplace. So I think that is something which this journey has changed me and ensured that I learned all this in the journey.
What would you have to say to those who are now starting to strap their boots to start the same trek as you have?
Well, there are a few simple things. Keep things simple in life. Don't try to complicate. Don't think that first I will raise money, then start it. You need to put your own money first. Remember that anyone trusts you when you have something to show. That's point number one. Secondly, stay focused. Be clear why I want to do that. When the why is clear, how becomes easy. So you will be able to devise the path. If your goal is clear, this is what I want to do in life or with my startup or with my solution. Thirdly, ensure that you are collaborative in nature. Generally, if you're working alone, you can go only a little far. But if you have a team around you, if you have people, if you have right collaborations, for example, which I gave, Bangalore Bioinnovation Center have also helped us to develop various connections in government and within their network. They're also given few connects in some of the international markets also they have connected us. So these kind of networks you get, and always be collaborative in nature and be open to criticism, constructive criticism, but don't allow it to go deep down inside you. You need to be firm enough, you need to analyze, but these are some of the things. Stay focused and give your best shot. That's all I can advise to the people who intend to launch their own startups.
Vivek Mishra, I wish you all the very best, and I hope Fibroheal grows up much beyond your expectations.
Thank you very much. Thanks for your lovely words, and thank you for bringing me to this platform.
Absolute pleasure. Thank you.